What's up, everybody? So this morning we're going to be changing out the stock fuel gauge and gas cap and replacing it with the Harley Davidson black flush mount fuel gauge and gas cap. Those were the ones that came on the bike when I bought it. I took them off and replaced them with the stock ones, but I want to put them back on because it is a cool look and I just like switching back and forth. So that's what we're going to do this morning. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is unplug the stock fuel gauge from the motorcycle harness so we can take it off. And then this connection right here, this flips open, and I'm gonna have to cut these because they're impossible to get out. But we're going to try, so I'll show you that, and if I can't do it, we'll cut them. So for the tools, I'm using a micro screwdriver and a pick if I need it. So we want to go inside here and try to release these pins. So I'm probably going to have to cut this, but we're going to give it a shot. A little bit of positive pressure on this. Well, as I expected, 2 of the 3 wires came out. Sometimes it just happens. So this is easy. Once you have these wires disconnected, this just pops off like this. It's a little more difficult for me to get out because I extended the wires like too much, but still. So you can see this goes in first. It has direction arrows which should point up to the top of the gas tank, to the front of the bike. And then this will fit in here. It only goes in one way. That's the wrong way. And then it just gets pressed down. So let's do that. First thing you want to do though is run the wires through the hole here to go down to the wiring harness. Let me make sure they come through the bottom. Okay, so they're out through the bottom. I'll put this guy in. So the arrows are facing upward, just like that. Make sure it's pressed down snug against the gas tank. Pull these down, and I believe then that this will go in here. We'll figure it out real quick. Just like that, and it presses down, locks in place. Pretty easy. So the next part of this is connecting the wires to the connector. Okay, so you'll see that there's a little door over here that flips up. You want to do it so you have this side. So there's like some fins there. So you want this side up, and then it's going to go, the black wire is going to go in first, And there's a little notch on the back of here. So that little notch is going to go right there. So the black one's first. You want to try to hear it click, so you know it's in there. So good thing I checked. It's actually black, yellow, and then orange. Let's put the yellow guy in here next. And then orange. I'm getting these in here as best I can. They're not clicking, but I want to make sure they're pushed in as much as I can get them in there. And then we'll close this door on the back. And it looks like they're all in there okay. So let's hook it up. So I don't know if you can see it, but there's a plug here. The wiring harness plug is under the gas tank here. Okay, well they plugged in all right. Let's tuck this up under the motor. And then let me get the camera here. Turn the key on to see if we get a reading. That looks pretty good. Okay, so this really isn't that difficult. You just take the gas cap off here. And then you wipe it down. This gas cap just kind of screws in. And then you press it down and turn it. The thing we gotta line up here is the ring. So the ring will fit on a certain way where it's kind of flush. You just gotta find that. I think it's right like that. So since I've done this 1,000 times before, I had to take this off, right? So the adhesive that was down here, I had to take it off. So I got this 3M double-sided sticky tape, and let me get these off of here and I'll pick it up again. Oh, okay, so I got the film off of these, and that was actually the hardest part. And here's my mark. So I'm gonna lay this down with my mark up. And then just press it down. And you might think that this 3M tape's not gonna hold, but I've had it on here before and it's pretty strong. It holds well, in other words. I never had a problem with it. So just go in here and make sure that I've got this down flush. Yeah, I mean, that's as good as it's gonna get. There we go. I mean, that's wonderful. Let's take a look at it. That looks good. All right. So that was it. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. I do wish there was a way to either crimp those wires to go into that connector. I know they're not reusable connectors like the bigger ones, but still they're like 12 bucks each. And I like to change these things back and forth. I'm going to try to figure out a way where I can take the connector that connects to the wiring harness and make it so I can plug the wires from the fuel gauges into the connector somehow and not have to not have to push the wires directly into the connector. So some kind of a male-female thing. I will figure that out. That's what I love doing, and I'll let you guys know about it. But thanks for watching.